These are the average prices taken from my spreadsheet, my own data. These are the average prices of skills. You can take a picture. Gemma's taking it. Why are you taking a photo? Yeah. Well, there is actually no names on this. This is simply the price points of things. Now you can see huge weird variations in this. Things that don't make sense. Such as acrobats. This is a duo price. Oh no, yes, this is a duo price right here. For some reason, duo price is more than the solo price on average. That doesn't make sense. You would think the more people who are on the job, the less it would cost. But
that's because
no, that is the price total. That's the price for a duo. That is the price for a solo.
Oh, right.
So apparently, solo artists, solo acrobats are cheaper than duo acrobats on average.
There's different services, acrobalance versus acrobatics.
I'd say a contortionist should be charging more than a duo acrobat. To be fair, though. Yeah, it's a that's so. Fire show. There's some weird numbers here. Duo sells for a lot more than solo. These are weird things. This, so everyone knows, is not with my commission. These are the average prices I am being charged by performers.
What do you mean by walkabout?
Walkabout, that is general walkabout characters not performing a traditional skill. Your theatrical walkabout performers. Well, just props. Magician, props. Yeah, that's a large-scale installation, prop, that sort of stuff. Go on. Go on. So, right, with all our performers, we ask for a price. If you are not willing to give me your price, a lot of the time we will not work with you. Now, we ask when people are first joining our books, what is your fee? What is your price? Now, I don't care if their price is based on one show or 3 shows or whatever. That is the price that goes into that spreadsheet. That is the price I will be quoting them at. A lot of the time, we have to give quotes very quickly before we even know performers if they're available. So these are the prices based on what they say their fee is. This is not based on, I can't really give estimates on if this is for 1 show or 5 shows or 3 shows. This is a general fee that most of these people charge me.
So this isn't necessarily what you've actually paid them? This is just what they've quoted you?
This is generally, I would always try and pay at least what they've quoted me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite rare that I try and fight people down.
So quickly, I'm trying to work out what walkabout performance.
Walkabout is characters, interactive people. It's not necessarily a skill I could put in another category.
Okay, why is that so close to solo poetry? Just out of curiosity.
It just is.
God knows. Literally, God knows. I can't really give you reasonings on why these prices are. A question that was raised is how do you day price a multi-skilled artist, say someone who has lots and lots of multiple different skills. For an example, me and Chris charge about $450 per day. To me, Chris charges $350 a day. So that goes to show what sort of discount he gives to an agent that I'd probably give him 60% of his work, maybe more, throughout a year. So that's the sort of price that myself and Chris charge. Was there any other questions, or can I move on? Sam?
It was simply the gist I got for having, if you were going to work with agents, then don't have a public price on the website. If you do, then do you want to just increase it by 15%?
Increase your public price or lower your agent price, I'd say.
Agent prices vary so much, so I didn't know how much it's supposed to increase it by.
Not your problem, really.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not really your problem. A lot of this is Not your problem. That's, it's not though. Like an agent won't like work with you less because you have a publicly displayed price. If a client really wants to find you, they'll find you anywhere. And what's the difference between them finding your price on your website than asking you for a quote and you quote not realizing it's the same job?
Yeah.
You might not realize it's the same job until you get to the booking process when they start giving you the real details like the venue address and things.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize, shit, I need to call my agent. Yeah. Is that a question? Or is that I've got a headache?
If you're doing like different stuff like corporate and cabaret, for example, how would you price, because I'm expecting loads of different stuff, how would you price yourself then, if you're not targeting to one specific market?
This is where sort of my grief is with a lot of this community. Because I do get a lot of people quoting me very different depending on what it is the event is. Like, I had someone that literally say to me, oh, well, I charge half the price for cabaret. And I said to them, okay, well, every event I'm trying to book you for from now on is a cabaret. Why is it any different being on a corporate stage versus a cabaret stage? Yes, I understand they have different budgets and things, but if you're doing the same quality act, I think it should be the same sort of price. You know, like people like Dita Von Teese, God knows how much she charges. But even people like Missy Malone, she's still a relatively expensive cabaret act, but by comparison, she's a semi-cheap corporate act. Well, I wouldn't say semi-cheap at all, actually. She's still relatively expensive.
So would you say, on whole, just set your day rate for what you want to be priced to do, even if you do fire and silks in a day, you just set your day rate?
I don't care personally what I'm doing on a day, whether it be 50 things or one thing.
You just charge this is what costs my time.
Yeah, and that puts me in a super strong position when I'm selling myself, because then I'm like, you're paying my day rate regardless of what I'm doing, so you might as well get me doing everything I can to make the event the best I can. Which they're like, okay, I know this guy's not going to keep raising his price on me. I know he's just going to charge me this, and I can get all these things from him. Sweet. So it's sort of that thing of, you know, when you buy a new car and then they're charging you 50 quid extra just to have a CD player, or 1,000 for a carbon fibre gear knob or something.
There's one more thing. If
Yeah.
you work specifically with an agent that's given you work for a long time, you mentioned it yesterday, then you can kind of be a bit lenient when they say, oh, I've got this deal gig for like 250 or something, do you want it? And you would say it's okay to just
If it build-
with an agent, but not necessarily publicise that you would do it.
Yes, I would never publicise it. That's why Facebook gig offerings are terrible for everyone. If it says, oh, I need a stilt walker, it's 150, it's this, and I see 50 comments from performers I work with on there, I'm like, huh, I'm not paying you any more than 150 for stilt walking anymore. Like, that's what I look at it as, because I'm like, I pay you 250, 300 for stilt walking, and all of a sudden, you're jumping at the fact for getting a stilt walking gig for 150. I'm like, your price just went down in my eyes, in my opinion. A good example of that agent thing is I've been working with Yes Entertainment now for 8 years, 7, 8 years. He was one of my very first clients. He normally gives us really nice corporate jobs. He called me up asking me to do not Dragon's Den, what? Yeah, what's the one with Lord Sugar, Alan Sugar? Apprentice, that's the one. Called me up asking to do a filming day for The Apprentice, and he was like, I can't give you any money for it. Well, the BBC was like, we're not paying for it. And they wanted myself and Rosie to do duo acrobatics. And this was 2 days as well, actually. We had to go and do this weird filming fake audition thing where they were sort of auditioning us and then battling with us on price on camera. And if you ever see that episode of Apprentice, we're battling about price on that camera, and you'll hear me see the words 175 special a lot. And I use that because I know a lot of performers know that that's a fucking jerk price. Because they were saying like, oh, well, we know you guys want 200 to do this thing. And I'm like, bitch, this fucking Acro Duo is 800 quid. So eventually they battle us down to like 125, completely fake. It's completely scripted. And I just keep saying, oh, we'll do you a special deal, a 125 special. I mean, I'm literally taking the piss out of the fucking guy at this point. I'm knowing full well people are going to see that and they're going to go, oh, he's so bad, he's devaluing the acrobatic industry. It's all scripted, it's all fake. But Johnny paid for us out of his own pocket because he wanted the TV credit, because he wanted to be able to say that was a client. He wanted to be able to use that clip on his promotional media. And he paid us like 200 quid each out of his own pocket for the time. And that's out of his own money. And no, that's not what we would normally do acrobatics for at all. But we built so much rapport with Johnny. And now Johnny is invested in us and has invested $6,000 into a new application that we're building. So it shows that building a bit of rapport with someone can lead to really, really good outcomes in the end. Okay, any other questions on pricing before I move? Go on.
We've spoken on one-to-one about day rates, and I've been kind of enforcing that, and it's come like I've got some really nice results. People have just been like, well, that's clear, thank you very much, which is great. But I have taken to doing one day rate for just daytime, so still walking, contact juggling, LED, and then a second one for fire or pixel included.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that okay?
that's totally suitable. You
Yeah,
can have
that's-
like your day rate and then your premium day rate.
Yeah, that's
You know, like
what I'm working with.
this is my day rate and then this is me including all my high special effects and things like that.
Okay, great.
That's sort of your upsell price. Always make sure you've got an extra tier though above that. That's your super premium price. Yeah, just throw like 100 gerbs on top of the price and see what happens.